Every single time that I used to stop playing sports, I used to gain weight. And in 2014, before coming to UK, I started an adult life where I got into work and I couldn't do any training anymore. That led me to gaining a lot of body fat. I gone up to 97 kilograms and I was quite chubby. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures to show you, but I was not comfortable with my body weight. So as soon as I came to UK, my idea is to start training. And my initial expectation was that I can just turn my body into fat. However, that is not true, and I had to learn it the hard way. So today I want to explain to you why exactly this may not work the way that you expect and how to actually recomposition your body and start building muscle while burning body fat. By the way, my name is Modi. I'm a personal trainer and I have my own personal training studio based in Oxford where I help people to lose body fat, get stronger, increase their muscle mass, and just generally feel better on a day-to-day basis. And if you need help losing 3 to 4 kilograms in the next 30 days, check the link down in the description and let me help you to lose weight over the next 30 days. So my initial expectation by starting training in the gym, I thought that my body fat will come off and that will turn into muscle. Unfortunately, that's not how things work. Muscles are built from protein, while fat can be turned from carbohydrates or from fat. Basically, your body turns any excess calories into fat. However, it cannot turn that fat into protein. So in order to build muscle, you need to increase your protein. So the best way to actually starting to recomposition your body is to eat high protein diet because you need those building blocks that comes from amino acids, proteins, and kickstarts the protein synthesis in our body, which helps to build muscle. However, it's also not going to happen without the gym. We have a couple of different processes running in our body when it comes to fat loss and when it comes to building muscle. So when you're building muscle, you need to focus on eating high quality proteins because your body can only turn protein into muscle. If you want to recomposition your body, you kind of have to build muscle by eating high protein diet and burn fat through being in calorie deficit. It gets tricky because our body doesn't really like to build muscle while it's in calorie deficit. It does work, it's extremely challenging, and the only way you can do that is normally within the first 6 months as you start training. The first 6 months of training will be the best thing ever. Because you can build muscle, get stronger, and burn fat at the same time. Once you get a little bit more experience with going to the gym, that's no longer the case. So you have to be a little bit smarter when it comes to the diet. And when I was talking about protein, to give you a specific amount, aim for at least 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. To make it simple, if you are a 100 kilogram male, eat 160 grams of protein in your diet. And that can come from various sources: chicken breast, Greek yogurt, steak, turkey, eggs, lentils. There is some reduced fat cheeses. There are so many different ways to kind of having that protein in your diet and help you to build that muscle. When it comes down to losing body fat, you need to be in calorie deficit. To explain quickly about the calories, calories is the total energy that you are consuming through eating. So protein would have 4 calories, carbohydrates would have 4 calories, and fat would have 9 calories. So all the protein, carbohydrates, and fat that you're eating, like in terms of grams, it's all calculated together, and all the food that you ate through the day ends up being your calorie intake. And all the energy that you burn through the day ends up being a calorie expenditure. So we need to be in a calorie deficit, which means that we need to burn more calories that we consume through our diet in order to lose fat. Because what happens when you're in calorie deficit is your body takes the energy from the fat storages that it has stored before. And when your body takes that body fat, it turns that into glucose, which is the source of energy that our body prefers. So these are two different processes. Now, unfortunately, they don't happen at the same time. But if you're really kind of cautious and serious about your diet and your activity levels, you may be able to build some muscle while you're losing your body fat. However, I don't want to get your hopes up, because I was very kind of hopeful that I can do that. When I started my first steps in trying to build muscle and lose body fat, so that didn't really happen. I did end up losing a lot of weight. However, I didn't really gain any muscle, so I was looking okay. I was somewhat athletic, but I didn't look like most Instagram models that you see. I still don't, but I did manage to gain some muscle that I thought I will share my experience and what I have figured out along the way. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks that you will enjoy this one, and let me know down in the comments what your journey was with weight loss, weight gain, and what you found that really worked for you.